Designed with the driver in mind, the all-new Mazda CX-90 is the perfect blend of high-performance appearance and world-class refinement. Right now, get 0.9% financing on the all-new CX-90 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer. Team Mazda, a member of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good morning. Happy Friday, South Louisiana. Look at this. Every day we get to wake up with the picturesque sunshine, sun waking up with us over some buildings.
It's been a fun morning. Just kind of sky watching, moon watching, that kind of thing. That big moon rising up there in the sky. It was bright. It was lighting up the neighborhood this morning while I was walking out. I mean, I literally could peek through the door, back door, and the cars all lit up. Like, what? Everybody left the lights on.
Well,
moon was up. It was big. It's the last supermoon of the year.
That's it. The harvest supermoon, Steve. Hopefully this is signaling some kind of shift. Shift in seasons, shift in temperatures,
it's fall
shift in all the things.
I know, you hear the word harvest, and that certainly makes you think of fall, right? But not really any significant signs of fall just yet, although it's really not bad outside this morning. Near north of the interstates, mid to upper 60s. Hammond, Baton Rouge, Opelousas all at 67. New Roads, Macomb, Bogalusa 65. Low 70s as you go south of I-10. Another look at that pretty sunrise. The birds flying over downtown Baton Rouge. Sun coming up behind the cathedral there, downtown Baton Rouge. That view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. Really nice start this morning, but it's going to heat up again today into the upper 80s by noon. Afternoon highs low to mid 90s, still running well above normal. It'll be another dry day unless you're right along the coast where we might squeeze out a couple of showers. Live After 5 is back tonight downtown Baton Rouge, Aurora Plaza 5 until 8. The Sean Ward Experience taking the stage. Weather's going to cooperate. Now, be ready for it to be kind of warm at the beginning as we start out in the low 90s, but makes its way into the low 80s. Same story. If you're heading to high school football, no issues with rainfall. Things should cooperate tonight. Now, we do have rain offshore as a bit of a trough of low pressure. We wouldn't mind if that was just a little farther north, but unfortunately, the only chance of rain with this looks to be confined to the immediate coast. We are giving you a first alert to the potential of a low fall weather by late next week on into the following weekend. Now, let me emphasize, this is not Saturday tomorrow. This is a week from tomorrow, the following Saturday. And you can see the European model here doesn't really cool us down. It looks like it might have skipped by my other graphic. There we go. The GFS showing a significant cool down a week from tomorrow with temperatures into the 50s, but the European doesn't really cool it down much. There's still some uncertainty on how much of a change we see late next week into the following weekend. In terms of rain the next 7 days, at least there's going to be some coming down over the Mississippi River Valley, not a lot. Not a lot locally either. On average, a quarter inch or less is what the Weather Prediction Center is showing right now. So we got a little trough of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. Nothing to worry about there. We have a pair of tropical storms, Philippe and Rina, very close to each other. They're going to do a bit of a tango out here over the Atlantic, but they will remain out over the Atlantic, so no concerns in our part of the world. Now, as we look ahead here, the next several days, mornings not going to be bad. Generally upper 60s, some mid 60s, but the afternoons well above normal. This weekend in the mid 90s, low 90s early next week. I've got us mainly dry through next Wednesday. A chance of rain late next week with that potential cool front. And then we'll see on the temperatures. We'll sort that out as it gets closer. Time is 7:06. Updating your Friday morning drive now. Here's Johnny Asian.
Thank you, sir. And it's doing pretty good. Our usual little spots. I need to take you to a couple of things. First of all, this wreck's on campus. I think that's being worked by LSU Police Stadium at North Stadium Drive. And then we go South Stadium Drive, I guess. And then we go over here to the Segan Lane area. This one was reported earlier this morning with injuries. Andrea Drive at Mall Drive. That's just north of just south of the interstate there before you get to the overpass that takes you over to St. George. And we have one on Florida at Sharp, and that's an area we see wrecks a little bit more frequently than we like to see them. No backups associated with that. Here's I-12 traffic right near the range on-ramp. We have a police officer off to the far right shoulder taking care of some business there, but that's not affecting your drive. You see the lights coming over the range overpass, and they do slow down some. A little bit better traffic flow between O'Neill and Millerville. That's the Millerville Road overpass right there on I-12. Drive times out of Denham, not too bad, 17 minutes, and you can see the breakdown. About 11 of that 17 between Juban and Millerville, and then it picks up some. We give you a really fast-paced morning show every morning, 4:30 to 7. Then we condense some of those most important stories for you and do a little briefer version of that at 7 every morning on WAFB Plus, and that's what we're doing right now. We'll go to Studio B with Liz Cohen, Matt Williams.
Johnny, thank you. A lot to get to, starting from the nation's capital here. Still got our eyes on the U.S. Capitol. Can they come up with an agreement to maybe come up with a stopgap funding bill to make sure that the government doesn't shut down at 11:59 Saturday night?
Continuing resolutions, is what you're talking about, right? And I know this seems like same old story, kind of like Steve's forecast. It's hot again.
Much of the same.
They're still planning on shutting it down again. We've been talking about this for a while. That deadline quickly approaching. It's midnight Sunday, so 12 a.m. Sunday, right? The House has put forth a few bills. They seem to be non-starters in the Senate.
Yeah.
The Senate has put forth a few bills, continuing yours, bipartisan. Looks like a non-starter in the House. So what does this look like? Right. It looks like, for now, it looks like the government's going to be shutting down Sunday at midnight.
Clock is ticking. We'll keep our eyes on it and let you know the latest. Okay,
let's get you back into South Louisiana. This has been a headline for a while now, right? The I-Team investigations into the Brave Cave and everything that has kind of spun off, connected and kind of connected to it. There's a lot to dig into here.
So let's bring you back to Wednesday night, where the EBR Metro Council met specifically to talk about the Brave Cave investigation. Well, that's where Chief Murphy Paul was called up before council members. He had a little bit of an emotional outburst there. Then on Thursday, you had 3 council members, Denise Amoroso, Aaron Moe, Jen Rocca, all calling for his immediate resignation, saying that outburst did not meet the Baton Rouge Police Department's code of conduct.
So does that mean the chief announces a resignation? Does that mean the chief says, nope, I've already said I'm going to be retiring in November? We've got a lot to dig into. We're going to get to it in a quick minute where we might get that update later today. But all that's going on, right? So all that's happening. Then this happens as well. That was on the heels. So we get word of 4 BRPD officers surrendering to authorities here, including the second most senior there, Deputy Chief, and Troy Lawrence Sr. So connected with an investigation from 3 years ago. So all this continues to swirl around BRPD right now. It's creating a lot of conversation.
That's it. So today we expect to find out some of those updates. 10 a.m. today, Baton Rouge Police holding a news conference. We're going to carry that live for you starting at 10 o'clock this morning. We're going to interrupt your broadcasting. We're still waiting to find out exactly what all they're going to talk about. Could it be about the 4 officers here? Could it be about the Baton Rouge Police Chief and possible early resignation news? We're going to follow all of that and bring that to you live. You can watch it here on WAFB Plus, Channel 9, and on our live stream from our webpage. We're
going to put it everywhere for you. So wherever you need to find it, it's going to be there. Okay, other headlines for you. Actually, another news conference set for today. Liz, you were talking about this one this morning. This is up in New Roads, and take us through this, because this happened, how long ago? The body found there in the front yard?
This is a murder investigation back in August in New Roads. 20-year-old Shaniqua Smith was found dead there. And what we had found out, the latest update we'd got from New Roads Police, was there was a person of interest that they brought in for questioning. We haven't heard anything since then. That was early September. Well, now, fast forward to the end of September, 3 p.m. today, New Roads Police is hosting a news conference, hopefully providing some updates, finding out whether that person of interest is a potential suspect in this case, or if they found out anything else here. Our team is going to follow that for you, let you know what comes out of that.
You're right, though. This is kind of dipped on the radar for a while, and so, but the update later today from New Roads. From that to this, I want to get you caught up here as well. Crime Stoppers alert. This decent photos. Actually, when you kind of zoom in on them and take a look, you can kind of see some facial features. Robbed the Dollar General with a knife. This is right down the way.
Yeah, on Government Street here. So take a look. He's got a white bucket hat on here. So he was actually in the store, brought in a pillowcase, and that's where he was stuffing items in. When employees tried to confront him, pulled out a knife and started waving at people, but he was able to leave before police got there. So if he looks familiar to you, maybe you saw someone running down Government Street with a similar description, go ahead and call Crime Stoppers with a tip to help him out. Okay, so while you're doing all that, making the phone call, put this on the schedule. Early voting. We've talked a lot about it, obviously. We want to make sure that you are aware, you know when Election Day is, October 14th, but if you're going to be busy that day, there's a whole week where you can vote early. It begins tomorrow. That's the goal, right? Remember, depending on which parish you live in, there are designated polling locations for early voting. In Ascension Parish, you've got the governmental annex. In East Baton Rouge Parish, you've got the motor vehicle building with some of the fire stations. Depending on where you live, make sure you know what's on your ballot and then get out, go vote early so you don't have to wait in line on October 14th. Until Liz's point, this is not, you know, when actual voting day gets, election day gets here, there's so many different precincts opened up. Everybody's got their tiny little, those aren't the ones opened up for early
voting. It is the very main voting areas. You can find that waiting for you right there, broken down perfectly by our digital team, parish by parish.
In our viewing area.
Right there. Oh my gosh, this is, when we talk, one of the great groups in our area, we say it all the time, the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, doing what they can to get food out to those in need, but they can only deliver, Liz, what they have.
That's it. So we need you to help us restock the shelves there at the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank. Today we're partnering with them. We're partnering with the Central Federal Credit Union. They're posted up at the High Neighbor there on Jones Creek to make sure that you have a place, a table set up to drop off food donations, canned goods, peanut butter, non-perishable items, all new food items, to make sure that our neighbors all have a meal to eat not only this fall, but really every day, Matt.
Yeah, going forward. They really are an incredible organization.
Yes.
Make your way out there and be a part of that. Make your way out to downtown Baton Rouge live after 5 again tonight. Yeah. Running through, it's almost every Friday through the end of October. What a great party.
Sean Ward Experience live tonight. Make your way on out to Roar Plaza, 5 to 8 p.m. It's going to be a good time.
Always.
Grab you a lawn chair. It's going to be hot, but it's going to be fun.
It is. Is that a wine glass?
I don't think there's any wine left in there.
My man's getting her done. Brew at the Zoo going on tonight.
Yes, how about it? There's still tickets left if you want to participate.
That's right.
If you are a VIP ticket holder, you can start going, make your way there. 6 o'clock, doors will open for you. General admission is 7 o'clock. Now, we're still told there are tickets, so make your way there. And remember, they're going under a little bit of a renovation process. So if you're like, okay, well, your money's going to go towards that, making sure it's a good zoo for everybody to visit.
What do you think, guys? Want to go grab a glass of wine, a little brew, check out the zoo?
I'm in.
That was on my hit list until I saw that tonight was the only night available for Grease tickets, so I'm at Theater Baton Rouge tonight.
Are you doing Grease? Oh, you're Grease tonight,
it's time for that too.
They opened this weekend because last weekend was the final weekend, sold out. They opened 3 shows for this weekend. Saturday and Sunday sold out in 5 minutes.
Wow.
That's going to be so
15
much
seats
fun.
left for tonight.
Wow. Didn't Sandra D come by? 9 a couple weeks ago?
$40.
Oh,
Get 'em
it's
while
going to
they
be a
last.
great show.
See you in 10 minutes, everybody.
The winning play is the Buy Here, Sell Here event at the Team Automotive Group. Buy here and save on hundreds of certified and pre-owned vehicles. Or sell here and we'll pay you top value. Buy here or sell here and you'll be the winner at every location of the Team Automotive Group.